Hello, friends. If you're new, welcome. If you're back, well, welcome back. Happy New Year, happy 2025, and happy diamond painting. It has been a year since I started diamond painting. I think my very first diamond was on January 4th, 2024. And so I thought it would be a good idea to have a look at the diamond paintings that I have done month at a time. So these three are the three finishes that I had in January. As you can see, these are from Amazon. They were super duper cheap. I think maybe the most expensive one might have been like £2 or £3. So yeah, prove that I didn't care much. This one didn't fit in the envelope that I had, so I just folded it, and well, obviously in a year the diamonds have moved. Let me give you a secret. I don't care. I'm not going to fix it. I haven't looked at it for a year, so here you go. So this one was my very, very first one. My very first diamond painting. It was very cute. And then I'm like, nowadays I would be like more like, oh, nice. No. So, yeah, it is very pretty, but I think this is something that could have done with a bigger size and more colors and etc. So, it is pretty, but it's certainly not perfect. Oh, hey, a diamond from this one. Put it in the bin. My second one was this one. My first endeavor with loads of 310. That was fun. I don't think that at the time I had another diamond. I don't think that at the time I had a light pad. So as you can imagine, that was very, very fun working on all that black. You will hear a common thing of, for the cheap ones anyway, they could have done with a bigger size and more colors for better definition. Because you can see what it is, right? It's a tree from a book. But then, what are these blue patches? What the hell is going on here? Why is it coming out of the book? Anyway, I think retrospect, I wouldn't have gotten any of these, in all fairness. But you have to learn, right? You have to start somewhere. And then my third finish of January was this one. I think, looking at the thumbnail, etc., I think it's supposed to be a planet in the background, here. Maybe. I mean, you can see there's a moon or a crescent and some kind of a dead tree. Oh yeah, another one. Bigger size, more color, better render. So this was January. In February, as you'll see, I didn't finish much. This was my only finish of February. I have a very good excuse. It's because after I finished this one, I started working on my very first Diamond Art Club. So, it's okay. So, let's get rid of all the Amazon kits so we can have a look at what I did finish in March. Sticking with the rounds and what I knew at the time, I picked up Chupa. So this is the very first one that I did from Diamond Art Club. And I remember after all the black from that tree coming out of the book. All that white, I thought like, oh, that's going to be a nice change. I was wrong. No, what I really enjoyed were the colors, and for the very first time I worked on ABs. So here, all the greens and all that, all these pretty ABs. So yeah, one of my 2 finishes of March. Yes, my second Diamond Art Club, my second finish of March. Let me zoom you out just a little bit just to give you a better idea. I love it. Still, after all these months, I still love it. So my second Diamond Art Club, Year of a Dragon. This was started for the Chinese New Year, and I also finished it in March. But this one was my very first square diamond and my very first time working with fairy dust. I think these are fairy dust. Let's have a look. No, I don't know where they are. My apologies, I do not remember where are the fairy dust. Ooh, I know where we can find some. In the buns. In here. All these were fairy dust. There you go. These were my very first fairy dusts. And yeah, I really enjoyed this diamond painting. And this is when I realized that I do prefer squares to rounds. However, I did buy more rounds in between. I don't think I've worked on any though. So, yes, second March finish. So in April I had 2 finishes, but only one that I have here. And the one that I have is Pisces. So I am a Pisces. So, spoiler alert. This was my birthday gift for my partner, and it is in quotes because really I bought it and then he paid me back. So is it reconsidered a birthday gift if you buy it yourself? Anyhow, whatever. So this was absolutely gorgeous. I loved working on it. I know I'm saying it for most of them. Crystals, very first time that I was working with crystal diamonds, and I loved every single one of them. This is just like, this was so pretty. I really love it. Look at how, so Pisces here and the constellations are in crystals, just in case you were wondering. So yes, it is super duper pretty. The second finish that I had for April, which I will put a screenshot here, is C is for cat. So this was a round diamond painting from the One for Diamond Art, and it was a birthday gift for one of my best friend's daughter for her 1-year-old, because for her 1-year-old birthday, sorry, because her first name starts with a C and they do have a cat. So the cat name is Garfield. No, it doesn't start with a C, but they have a cat. So yeah, that was her birthday gift, so it had to be done by the 21st of April. I did it on I finished it on the 20th. Just on time. So yes, 2 finishes for April. This might be my favorite still to this day, diamond painting. Outside the sweet shop, both on Diamond Art Studio UK, and I'm sorry, but my desk is way too small for it. So I can't unzoom more. I am sorry. This is absolutely stunning. It is only 60 by 80, but it has a whopping of 197 colors, which is why it breaks my heart that as of right now, early 2025, the small UK shops can't deliver to the EU, not even Northern Ireland. Can you believe it? Which is still part of the UK. So yeah, I am kind of sad that I stuck to my Distash challenge, and when they announced that they wouldn't be able to deliver, I didn't jump to the temptation to buy one or two from that store and from that specific artist who is El Corrillo. If you like this, if you think it's stunning, even if you just think it's pretty, please go and have a look, buy it for yourself if you can. It was a pleasure. I loved it. 197 colors. I think obviously it's very confetti heavy. I think the most confetti heavy was here. I tried to count the amount of colors. I can feel a bit of a whatever. Sorry. I tried to count the amount of colors I think that I had used here, and I think I was above half. So maybe like 150, 160 colors in just like that section, and you're like, okay, yeah, there's a little bit of confetti here. But yes, I just love it. I can't say that I love it enough because there are not enough words in French or English dictionary to cover how much I adore this one. So the next one that I did, my apologies, was Me Time. Rounds. So this is from Fallen Gems. That was at the time a brand new shop. I'm going to guess they have done a lot more improvements since then, with client feedback and whatnot. But I was not a fan. Once again, it's rounds. And there was a lot of color blocking, and like the detail, it's missing a lot of details, as you can see. When you go from this beauty behind and this one, it's kind of like, do I really want to pick up that diamond painting pen and do it? Really? Do I? So yeah, I think I finished this one like on the last day of May, like the 30th or something like this, maybe 29th. So basically right on time before I move back to France. So, so yes, I wasn't super pleased. I do want, at some point maybe, when I have finished my Distash challenge, to buy newer ones, because hopefully everything will have improved and all that. So that's the idea. Anyway, moving on to June. June was very quiet because it is the month in which I moved back to France. So yeah, this is all I did. It's also from Fallen Gems. It is also around, and it is also not a great render. So I was not in a great mental state anyway at the time. But yeah, this is, I think, my last finish of the summer. So just to give you an idea, I finished this one very early June. Apologies for the discombobulation. I have no clue where I am at. My cat came meowing and requesting cuddles, so how do you say no? So I have no clue where I was at before, but let's just repeat it. A small one, round, not much rendering, not in the great mental state to do any diamond paintings, so very meh. Obviously doing something like this didn't help with the motivation of crafting, So yeah, summer was pretty quiet, very, very hot. I started working on my mystery kit, I think, in July, and maybe even another, my Realm of the Cats, and it took me like a few months to finish them. So let's skip the summer month and move to September. So September, yeah, the desk is empty because that was Realm of the Cats, which you have a screenshot here. This was a birthday gift for my friend Trish, who lives in the States, and I absolutely had to finish it for before the 1st of October, before I went to the US, to give her her birthday gift, basically. It's very confusing, this big girl in front of an empty desk. I loved it. I thought that this one was absolutely gorgeous. I absolutely love all of Barrett Bigger's artwork. I know that Diamond Art Club currently have a few more. Like recently, they released a few more, and I'd rather have more cats than the other ones. But if you do like this kind of image, you should definitely go and check it out because it's absolutely gorgeous. I'm not going to go too much on it because it is just a screenshot, so it's not as fun. So let's just move to October. So in October I had 3 finishes. I'm going to hope I can all fit them in here. So one of these finishes was very obviously my mini dazzles, which I recently finally uploaded the post review. So I'm not going to go too much about it, but I did enjoy it. However, as much as I find mini diamond paintings really, really cute, flowers are not my thing. Hindsight 2020, I wouldn't have jumped the ship and gotten the first ones that came out, but probably waited for more stars to be available. But hey, live and learn. So yeah, I did like it. I liked the idea. I like that it's all spatial diamonds. But in all fairness, I would have probably chosen something else. However, I have another finish for October, which is Greenhouse. Here you go, zoomed out, I think it's a lot better. So this was my Drills and Chills participation diamond painting. I thought she was very, very cute. I really, really enjoyed it, especially working on it after the mini diamond paintings. This was a small breath of fresh air. Like I said, summer was very, very quiet. Then September, I rushed to finish Realm of the Cats. And then I had challenged myself to finish my 2 current whips plus my Drills and Chill kit in October. So basically I had challenged myself to finish 3 diamond paintings in a month. And so I really, really enjoyed working on this one because there was this motivation also behind it. It is very pretty, don't get me wrong, it is very, very pretty. My favorite part being the flowers at the bottom. Hydrangeas, I think. I don't know, I know nothing about flowers. Which is weird, I choose flowers for the mini dazzles, but hey, whatever. Yeah, I thought that these ones were very pretty. This was a lot of color blocking, so obviously it went very, very fast. But yeah, like I said, it was a breath of fresh air because the 3rd finish of October, that was a slog. This is a big boy. I skipped the owl. Here you go. Like I said, that was a bit of a slog. it is not my color palette. It started with a lot of browns, like a lot, like all this part. And because it's a mystery kit, obviously you don't know what colors are coming next, because underneath there's no colors. So I was like very wary of all that, like, darker colors. I also started it during summer. I think I started back in July. And like I said, I was not in a great space mentally. So yeah, I really, really struggled to motivate myself. Got better when I reached the owl and window here, and also the flowers. So just to give you an idea here, all the windows are fairy dust. All this white here, that's all fairy dust. So it was a nice change of pace, of colors. And then you get here to the roses, where you have obviously some greens and pinks and reds, and it's kind of like getting better. But then it got delayed a bit because summer was very, very hot in France. I think we had something close to like 40 degrees. So I like to diamond paint with putty, but it was being very stringy and it was really difficult, and I didn't really feel like wanting to be crouched on top of my diamond painting when I'm being very hot and sweaty. No thank you. So delayed again. That was through August. And then in September, I prioritized Realm of the Cat. So I was like, okay, start this one in July. And so I really, really told myself to finish it in October. And I did. I was so pleased. So one last spoiler warning before I show the bottom of it, because obviously I haven't yet uploaded the post review for it. But once again, be mindful if you don't want to see it all. I know you have seen like 3/4 of it, but just in case. And the bottom. This was so gorgeous. Took me forever to realize that these were books. I even wonder if I didn't realize it once I had finished it all and just looked from afar. But more importantly, you can read what is written here. You can kind of guess because there's a little hidden, but you can clearly read Book of Shadows. So, this desk is absolutely gorgeous. I was doing these things. I was like, what the hell are these shapes? I don't understand what that is. And then when I finished and looked the big picture, I was like, I understand. It's a desk. So yes, that was my last finish for October. And in the end, in retrospect, it was a slog. But I wonder if it would have been a lot more motivating if it hadn't been a mystery kit. Simply because obviously it started with very, I want to say, drab colors with all the browns, etc. And obviously here it ends with like the blues and the light grays and some pinks and etc. So it's kind of like you go from the shadows to the light. So it's a bit more motivating, I think. So I think, I cannot guarantee it, but for me, I would have been a lot more motivated if I had known that these colors were coming. Obviously, so the diamonds, but it could have been just used for like enlightening things or whatever. So yes, this was my last finish of October. November was pretty quiet. I moved into my new old house, which requires a lot of work, but also took the opportunity to rekindle my love for gaming and etc. So I basically was spending my time between work, obviously, still need to work, diamond painting and cross stitch and gaming and renovations, and I need more than 24 hours in a day. I wish I didn't need to sleep. Just let's be honest here. So November, no finishes. However, I did have one finish for December. and that is Loneliest Night. Here you go. So if you have seen my month 4 update of my Distache challenge, obviously I've spoken a lot about this one, etc. But it had its positives and its negatives. Positives being mostly due to the colors, negatives mostly being due to, I want to say, the grading, because the diamonds were all very pretty, but it might be also because of the diamonds, because there was a lot of trash. So I won't linger too much on this one because there is an upcoming post review, and it is the most recent one that I have finished. So if you want to check it out, it's on my month 4 of my Distache challenge, and obviously there'll be a post review coming. So what is the plan for 2025? You may wonder. First of all will be Inspiration Peak. I want to challenge myself to try and finish it by the end of January. Might be very difficult because it's a little over a meter tall, and I have done like, that's 10 centimeters, maybe, I don't know, something like this. So there's still like 90 centimeters at least to do. So yeah, there's still quite a lot, and it's also rounds, which are not my forte. I managed to multi-place 4 at a time, but if I try my 12 multi-placer, can't do it. So 4 at a time at best. So this is my first one. I am aiming to finish at least 1 diamond painting per month, which, with this one being so gigantic, it's going to be a challenge, right? Because I have a lot of big ones. I am also planning on working, obviously, on my big comparison project. If you don't know what that is, here you go. I put a link up top in VI. Basically, to make it short, I am doing the same project as a cross stitch, conversion, and as a diamond painting from Diamond Art Club. So obviously that's something that is going to take me a long while. I am expecting the cross stitch to at least take me a few years, and because I want to compare 1 page at a time, the whole thing is going to take me a few years, probably. So that's the main thing. I am planning on continuing my Distache challenge, and then we'll see where it goes. I will be doing, my apologies, a state of the stash later on this month, just to have a quick update on where I am at, etc. I know I did the stash video in the summer, but because I have worked on a few more and I haven't bought any, it will just be a very quick video just showing you the boxes. I don't think I will take them out, but that's the plan. And yeah, if there is anything else you want to see on the channel in 2025, please do not hesitate, leave your request in the comments. I am more than happy to try and do as you request. I'll try, that's the important word. And yeah, so that's it for my 2024 review. Thank you very much for joining me on this adventure, because it has also been almost a year, I think, of YouTube. Maybe it has been a year, I don't know, I don't even know. But thank you anyone for watching, for joining me, for commenting, for liking and all this. I greatly appreciate it. And I wish you all a very sparkly 2025.